Are you trying to use Firebase for your app but feeling stuck on how to allow read-only access without authentication? You're not alone. Today, we are going to explore how to set up Firebase to let users read data without needing to log in. I totally understand your frustration. Many developers face the same challenge when starting with Firebase. It can feel overwhelming when you just want to get data into your app without the hassle of user authentication. Let's dive into your specific question. You want your users to access data in your app without needing to authenticate. You mentioned anonymous authentication, but you're unsure if it's the right fit since users won't be upgraded to permanent accounts. Sound familiar? Let's find the best approach together. So what's the deal with Firebase and authentication? Firebase typically requires some form of authentication to ensure data security. However, there are ways to set up your database rules to allow read-only access without requiring users to log in. And stick around. At the end of this video, I will share a crucial tip that can help you manage your Firebase connections effectively. To allow users to read data from Firebase without authentication, the user should start by configuring the Firebase real-time database rules. This will enable read access to everyone. Next, the user should ensure that their app is set up to connect to Firebase. This involves adding the Firebase SDK to the app and initializing it with the project's configuration. Now, the user can implement the functionality to read data from the database. This can be done by using the Firebase Database API to fetch the data. Finally, the user should test the app to ensure that data can be read without any authentication. This can be done by running the app and checking the console for the fetched data. Fun fact, did you know that Firebase was originally developed by a startup that aimed to simplify back-end development? Now it's a go-to for many developers around the world. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative solution is to use Firebase without any authentication. Some tutorials on the official Firebase channel show how to disable authentication for both the Firebase database and storage. However, it's important to only disable read authentication for production use. Here's the tip I promised. If you anticipate high traffic, consider using a caching strategy or a different database structure to optimize your connections and ensure smooth performance. And there you have it. You can now set up Firebase for read-only access without authentication. Remember, managing your connections wisely is key. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and let us know in the comments how your Firebase journey is going.